Looks like KD will only have to have his weed on the road, as Houston is still a bit strict with their weed laws. Gotta imagine KD's reaction like, I gotta give up my weed for 41 games? What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Seventh Man Up podcast. I'm your host, Alex Burleson, and we kicking it off for season 2, episode 1. So here goes. First off, I want to say this, that with where I stand, season 2 of the pod is going to be bold, fierce, and not giving a rip. We got all the news, opinions, and guests along the way, so let's ride. Kicking it off. I know it's been a few weeks since, but congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder for beating the Indiana Pacers in the NBA Finals. Who would have thought that series would go 7 games? Nobody did. But that was one heck of a series. SGA showing out. Hallie was showing out even though he was injured. And dang, even TJ McConnell playing like he's black. I'm just joking with that. Props to him, by the way. Played his heart out, and he is a dog on defense. Like getting 5+ steals in a finals game? That's some steal rating 99 2K kind of stuff. So I alluded to it earlier. I do got to bring up the Tyrese Halliburton injury. Devastating, my gosh. I was watching that game 7 in Hawaii, and all of us were in shock when we saw Halliburton go down. Everybody knew what kind of injury it was. But dang, even Halliburton knew. So I guess the lesson that we can take from here is don't wear the number 0. Happened to Dame, happened to Tatum, and now Halliburton. Now on to the offseason now, as we are in the offseason right now. You thought I was done with the Kevin Durant stuff. Nah, fam, we back with it. Looks like KD will only have to have his weed on the road, as Houston is still a bit strict with their weed laws. Gotta imagine KD's reaction like, I gotta give up my weed for 41 games? And yeah, if you haven't heard, Kevin Durant got traded from the Phoenix Suns to the Houston Rockets in a 7-team historic NBA trade. And what I'm about to read is per NBA.com. They said this: largest trade in NBA history finally came together with centerpiece Kevin Durant joining the Houston Rockets in exchange for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, and a slew of other assets, with no fewer than 7 teams and 13 players involved. And the whole deal is this: Rockets get Kevin Durant, Clint Capella. Suns get Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the number 10 pick from this past draft, the number 31 pick from this past draft, and the number 41 pick from this past draft. Players, they got this guy named Daquan Plowden, a 2026 pick, and a 2032 pick. Now, the Brooklyn Nets, they got a 2026 pick and a 2030 pick. Warriors got the number 52 pick in this past draft, the number 59 pick in the past draft, and then the Hawks, they got David Roddy, they got a 2031 pick, and they got cash. That's everybody's favorite in a trade, is just cash. The Lakers also were in this deal. They got the number 36 pick in this past draft, and they got cash. The Timberwolves. Yeah, the Timberwolves were part of this deal as well. They got the number 45th pick in this past draft, a 2026 pick, a 2032 pick, and cash. That's a deal that could have the butterfly effect in the future with what transpires over the league in the next 10 to 15 years. And I say that because there's so many like NBA YouTube channels going on where they go into conspiracies, they go into like what took place 5, 10, 20 years ago, and they're digging and somehow find a way where what took place then carries weight all the way to the present. Moving on to some notable free agent signings and trades for teams. The Atlanta Hawks, they were able to get Kristaps Porzingis. We'll see if he can help Trae Young's arrogant butt. Yeah, I'm not a Trae Young fan. Like I said, I'm going to be bold, fierce, and just not giving a rip. Now, the Mavericks, as much as I'm hating the Dallas Mavericks right now, they did a good signing with getting D'Angelo Russell. I think he will be really good for them this coming season. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks. They were both confusing and exciting during free agency. They basically cut Damian Lillard, which was a big head scratch. I just don't get it. Like, yeah, he's injured, but when the injury took place, and if recovery goes well, he's still going to come back in time for the end of the season into playoffs if they make it. And it turns out Giannis Antetokounmpo wasn't that pleased with the releasing of Damian Lillard. He has a right to, like, why drop one of your best players even though he's injured? Like, give the guy time. He's going to come back and be just as good. Lillard is a dog, so when he comes back, he's coming for those who dropped him. Damian Lillard is the type of guy that always plays with a chip on his shoulder. And no, it's not a Doritos chip. And with this, I bet Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be one of those random, out of the blue August type of trades. Like all of us fans just doing our own thing, and then boom, Shams posts that Giannis is being traded to, I don't know, the Thunder. All right, don't mind this hat. This is an NBA podcast, so I'm going to be trying to wear different hats and change it up. So going into the My Team segment, my team is the Sacramento Kings. I'm a big Sacramento Kings fan. And yo, I love our new rookies, Nick Clifford and Maxime Reynaud. I know I'm saying Maxime's name kind of wrong, but the more I hear it, the more I'll get it right. I'm the type of guy where I do better hearing a name rather than seeing it spelled. Like, just earlier, how I was really good saying Giannis Antetokounmpo. I've heard it so many times, but if I didn't know how to say it and I just saw it spelled, I'd be like, Giannis Antetokounmpo. It wouldn't make sense. I'm probably going to drop this part, though. All right, so both rookies, Nick Clifford and Maxime Reynaud. One is like a combo guard/wing, and the other is a 7-foot center. I feel the Kings went for talent, but also need with their draft picks, and they struck gold. We'll have to wait for the lucky the Irish, though, with them, too. Nick Clifford averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal in 35 minutes per game while shooting 50, 38, and 78 from 2, 3, and free throw. The research that I've done on Nick Clifford shows that he hit. The research that I've done on Nick Clifford shows that he has an NBA body compared to other rookies that look like they still need to fill out. I'm talking to you, Chet Holmgren. No excuses. You seen what Wemby looks like now? He's close to Giannis status. And for my Kings with free agency, I wish we would have gotten Russell Westbrook. We got Dennis Schroeder, and I ain't complaining. It just seems we got another Darrison Collison on our team. There's been a lot of shakeup in the NBA as it's the offseason and free agency going on. So, before the season starts, I bet you anything there's going to be more shakeup in the NBA. And we got time. All right, I want to give some encouragement. Like always, I'm back with the encouragement still. So here it is that wherever God dwells, restoration will be. Be it like this: God is a handyman, and where he goes, he needs to do work. He doesn't just sit around with his tools and do nothing. With who he is and with what he's got, he's always doing something. Now, when I say tools, you might think, what are God's tools? God's tools aren't a hammer, a wrench, tape, or whatever tools man uses. God's tools are his restoration. It's his love and it's his kindness. His work is done from the inside out. So with all of that, trust that God is working in you. You just gotta trust and believe. All right, I'm back for season 2. Be on the watch for more content with myself and future guests. And as always, remember, stay up with them threes up. Love, joy, and peace. See ya.